have done now, we have some ponds that were in disrepair. So what we're going in, we have renovated more than half of them now and get these small farmers to come. And what we're going to do, teach them how to grow the shrimp and the fish. So what we do now, we bring them in, we have several workshops, and we are now evaluating how can we grow enough for them to be effective, to feed themselves and have some leftover so they can be making some profit. Because with anything else, you have to do well enough. High product value with good quality, good for the consumer, and make some money at the same time. And these farmers will be able to supplement their income and also provide a nutritious food for their families.
Excellent.
So if you look at that, is that we keep workshops and hands-on training to the farmers, and then we'll grow, and then we'll take measurements of how much will make a pound, the weight, and all those things, so we'll know what production. So right now, we want to evaluate. I just came back from a conference where I presented a paper, and it's on preliminary evaluation of the production system. So since we are not already established how we're going to do it, and with the temperatures in Tallahassee being so varied, we want to make sure we can grow the fish and shrimp properly. As for shrimp, during the cold times, they won't do well. So what we have to do is plan whereby we can grow shrimp during the warmer months. And one of my plans is to be able to grow 2 crops of shrimp for the year. And I will be trying to work on that so that we can increase the output for the farmers.
Now, we're just celebrating a lot of diversity with you in this ongoing slate of research activities, Dr. Madden. And it prompts me to ask you, in terms of the receptivity of the communities that you're striving to reach, how are the farmers receiving all of this knowledge and, again, implementing it to be effective?
Well, I think very well, because initially I started out and said probably we could do 10 farmers. But what we actually trained 14 farmers.
Great.
So we supersede our objective. But now what we want to do is be able to bring them to the farm and show them how to do it, hands-on, and also the educational component. And I'll be trying to put together an event where we can bring them together to do some more before the summer, if possible.
Wonderful. I want to be a part of that event, of course.
And I will extend you an invitation to come.
I appreciate that. It also makes me think, though, in terms of, again, this overall thrust here at Florida A&M University, of course, with the QEP, the Quality Enhancement Plan, and enhancing performance in critical thinking. I'm thinking that some of these farmers were never exposed to this kind of information before. And I hear you talk about we and how our efforts, you know, who was working with you on this in terms of it being a team effort for the greater good?
Well, I work across the state,
Okay.
but also other extension professionals. Even with the University of Florida, when in the workshops, the guys with the most experience, or the experts, came in and did some of the lectures and helped me along with it. And also we have an extension agent over in the Gadsden County.
Great.
He's a great part of that work with me too. And I can add that within the program, there's a segment on pesticide application, and the farmers were involved with that too. And one of the good things that come out of this program, they will be able to get licensure and actually use that in another job if they feel like. And they go into some other small business for themselves. So we are reaching them to do the fish, but at the same time we are reaching them also to help improve themselves.
It's a win-win situation.
So it's working out pretty good in that regard.
Okay. Well, I know you also brought with you an executive summary of the synthesis report as, again, it relates to agriculture at a crossroads. And when I think synthesis, I think of this sort of synergy and this coming together, because I know you're also involved, Dr. Madden, with herd health management and food safety. Could we kind of segue, I guess, from the pond to the land as relates to that?
Right. The herd health was the first part of development of the program, and then I went into the others. With the herd health now, when I came to Florida A&M, being a veterinarian, I work with all the people involved with animal health, and we had some veterinarians here already. And when I realized what I needed to do, I really get out there and organize the farmers across North Florida counties, and I even worked from Pensacola all the way back to Lake City, and even been to Marion County to the Extension Office, where I present seminars and workshops on various topics. So with that, I developed a program where we want to treat for all those diseases on the farm, because we have to make sure we're growing healthy animals so we can produce high quality food. Remember, I will say this, the health of the nation, again, is not where we get when we go to the doctor, but start on the farm, because we produce those healthful foods for the consumers. And then with the disease processes reduced, animals will grow well, produce better quality, farmers will do well, marketplace prices and values will be better, and with that the land would be better, because whatever the income is, that would be good for them.
Together, everyone achieves maximally, and it's a part of the free enterprise system. And I was even thinking as it relates to, you know, the DVMs or the other veterinarians on campus. Even in the Division of Research, we have the Office of Animal Welfare and Research Integrity, headed by Dr. Denise Jackson. And I know that Institutional Review Board and IACUC, as it relates to the Animal Use Care Committee, all of that has to come into play. So how do you kind of get all of these various segments, as it were, to kind of, I guess, come into a coalition in terms of what you're able to do in the field, which is, I guess, more your lab setting, so to speak, and again, bring that full circle back to what you're striving to do here to better our nations?
Well, the good thing is the communication, because with the IACUC relates to on-site, on-farm, or university-wide research, and we do the documentation, send our projects for evaluation, and then sometimes we have visits. And to make sure we're doing the right thing, do it properly, take care of the animals, because they'll take care of us if we take care of them.
True.
Because making them healthy and they're providing the good food for us, the nutritious and wholesome, will be better.
Absolutely. Well, yes, I like fish and shrimp, but I also like goat, in terms of you've had some small goat field days, and just want to speak briefly as it relates to, the various aspects that in terms of the herd health management that you speak to as it relates to your annual goat day, for example, in London.
Well, for the annual goat day, I would say, along with teaching the farmers how to grow the goat, another thing that we should always focus on is marketing. How do we get the products that people or the consumer need? And we have to have innovative way of developing products. So if you know that whether in Jamaica or some places you can get a good curry goat, but you won't be able to get in sausages and hamburgers or burritos or anything like that from your goat meat. So what I did for that goat day, I found out that there were no goats at the goat day, or very little, if any.
Well, hold it right there, because we want to come back and let our audience know even more about the annual goat day and how you